If ever there was a game that got such a bad rap for multiple different reasons, Final Fantasy XVI is that game, and its biggest crime was that it tried to do something a little different. Now, I am a huge Final Fantasy fan. If you have seen previous videos I've made on Final Fantasy XVI or any Final Fantasies, you will know that I am a huge Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy VII, and more specifically, more recently, Rebirth, is my favourite game of all time. Absolutely love them. But Final Fantasy XVI is definitely up there, probably within the top 3 Final Fantasies for me personally. I think the story is really good. I think Clive Rosfield, the lead character, is very good. I think the supporting cast is also really, really good. I love the gameplay, the combat. It's, in my opinion, some of the best combat in action RPGs. You can disagree with me, absolutely fine. Each to their own. But this game is so underappreciated. It's just, it got slept on by so many because it's not the same as the other Final Fantasies, when it is. I've played every Final Fantasy, a lot. Not just like played them once or played a little bit of them and moved down. I've been playing Final Fantasies all year, every year, since I discovered them in '97 with Final Fantasy VII. And as soon as that happened, I've been playing them, and I'm always playing a Final Fantasy every single year, or a few Final Fantasies for that matter. And Final Fantasy XVI definitely does belong within the franchise, and is a very good game. It's very linear in parts, of course, 100%, but then a lot of people seem to love 10, and 10 is as linear as a bitch. 10 is linear, and 10 is one of the my least favourite ones. I've been meaning to go back through it again and see if my opinion of it has changed, but I think 10 is 10's okay. It's all right. I don't think it's anything special. But if you are someone where 10 was your first Final Fantasy and you played it back in the early days, and it is one of your favorite, or is your favorite Final Fantasy, then I'm happy for you. That's great. I'm not going to put you down for it. The same way that, if Final Fantasy 16 isn't, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, have you given it have you actually played it? Because a lot of people, and a lot of the mindset these days is, if the internet or a specific big YouTuber, not small fry like me, but a big YouTuber says game is crap, then a large consensus of people won't even give it a chance. Like, oh yeah, the game is crap. Yeah, no, he said it's crap because it's definitely crap. Just play it for yourself, Final Fantasy 16 was created by Creative Business Unit 3, and they are the ones who've done Final Fantasy 14, and 14 is my second favourite Final Fantasy, and it is damn good, and I can't wait for Dawn Trail expansion, and they've done a great job here, and they've also put, with the DLC as well, they've implemented a lot more in it. Like a roguelike mode and a tower that you can replay through, where you got to fight your way all the way up to the top and get to fight a boss and stuff, and you can unlock all this cool gear. They've even put Final Fantasy 14 music in here as well, which is pretty cool. They've put the Buster Sword in, which is just cosmetic, but I'll take that. I mean, I love the Buster Sword. If you can have the Buster Sword in a Final Fantasy game, I'm having it, and I'm just so glad that I get to have it in Final Fantasy 16. I think there's 75 or something side quests, which is insane. Some of them are quite good, others are so-so, which is standard in games. Not all of them can be like The Witcher 3, where every single one is written like an absolute beast of a novel. But they're serviceable here, and they're really good. Like I said, combat is awesome, and all the different combos you can pull off with the different icons and stuff. That is really, really cool and a lot of fun. The world setting as well does feel very Game of Thronesy and very adult. Of course, it's a Final Fantasy with a lot of swearing and blood and stuff, so they kind of went for it with that one. There's a lot of really great stuff in Final Fantasy 16, and it is unfortunately just under the radar for a lot of people. But don't get me wrong, I am glad to hear that Square Enix are making all future Final Fantasy games, and probably all future of their games, cross-platform, the way it should have been. Final Fantasy 16 just being relegated to PlayStation 5 is the reason I bought a PS5 to start with, but having it just be on PS5 is such a shame, and is a bit of a slap in the face to the Final Fantasy fans they have on Xbox and the ones they have on PC. Now, I know there is a PC release coming out, but they need to get cracking on bringing this game out to a lot of people. I think when this game comes to PC, a lot of people are going to pick it up on PC, and hopefully they enjoy it. Now, just because I like it and I think it's one of the best Final Fantasies does not mean that it is. Doesn't mean that it is. It should be for you, and if you don't like it, you're wrong. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that as someone who has played every Final Fantasy, this definitely belongs in the franchise. It has chocobos, it has cactuars, it has all of the stuff, Final Fantasy, the music, you know, all like the Sid. It has all of the stuff, you know, from a Final Fantasy, and it just does its own thing. Because I guarantee you, if a lot of people play this game and go, oh well, if it was turn-based, and go, oh, it's just turn-based, they're doing nothing new. They're not going to win, are they? They're not going to win if they do the same old, but they're not going to win if they do something different. But anyway, that's just my little rant over. I think that Final Fantasy 16 over time is going to become very appreciated. I hope so, because at the moment it is definitely underappreciated and shat on online all the time. I see it all the time and I hate it. But please let me know in the comments down below what you think of Final Fantasy 16. And as always, thank you very much for watching.